up.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Jeff and Jeremy here. It's time for Dumbass of the Day, and it's brought to you by Peterson's U-Cart. Have you ever tried to buy ready-mix concrete at a box store? You don't want to do it. If you do, you might end up as a dumbass. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. Don't be a dumbass. Go to Peterson's U-Cart. They'll get you straightened away. They're on Augusta Road in A-Town.
How pathetic can some people be?
My grandpa died, and I was helping my grandma clean the house up because she had to move, and she gave me a bag of his old clothes. I thought they were all socks and stuff, but I reached through the bag. Turns out she gave me pairs of his old used boxers. That's the creepiest gift ever to give somebody, right? I didn't know what to do with them. I didn't want to throw them away because they were the last things I had to remember my grandpa by. But at the same time, I'm not going to wear the boxers that house the that banged my grandma. So I'm like, oh gosh.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Sorry, that's just grandma trying to get rid of stuff. That's like people that see Goodwill as their own personal
trash bag.
Trash.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Can I just give that to Goodwill? No, you can't.
Have you ever taken something to Goodwill and they won't take it?
Yes.
I get angry. I'm like, are you serious? Look at these.
Lights. They don't take lights. They won't take lights. What was another thing?
They won't take glass.
And they won't.
I had a coffee table and some end tables with some glass tops. They went. I mean, these are expensive. They're just kind of teal 90s green, and so they wouldn't take it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Anyways, got it given away to somebody else. Drove me nuts.
Today we go to the UK. That's the United Kingdom. A British man was arrested, and he wanted to make sure that he could take his favorite food item into jail with him because he was worried he wasn't going to get any decent food when he was in jail.
Do they let you bring food into the jail?
No, they don't. They don't.
They don't let you bring anything in, right? I mean,
yeah. Isn't
that part of the... They make you get naked and look in your bum?
Right, you get to go in with whatever.
Hey, grab your ankles. We got to make sure you didn't bring any hot dogs in here.
The clothes are on your back. It's part of the punishment, right?
I know you love hot dogs, but you're not getting a hot dog in here. He decided to sneak. This is gross. I don't know. What's a samosa? A samosa?
I have to Google it.
I don't know what a samosa is. Never heard of one.
I just want to know if it's good enough to...
Is it Samoan food? Samosa?
Samosa. Samosa is a... Let's see. Come on. Show me a samosa, Google.
I have no idea. It just sounds like Samoan. Have you ever had a Samoan samosa?
Well, it looks pretty good. Looks like a...
Is it Samoan?
Here's what it is. It's a fried or baked pastry with a savory filling such as sliced potatoes, onions, peas, cheese, beef, or other meats. It looks like a Hot Pocket.
It's a Hot Pocket.
Yeah, it's a Hot Pocket.
Oh. So probably not from Samoa.
Samosas.
Samosas. Samosas.
So
when you're hungry, get those samosas.
This man.
I don't know why I did this.
The West Midlands Police released their most unusual incidents of 2020, and this one was the man. He tried to sneak a samosa into his cell as a snack. Where would he put it? Yeah, he put it there. Yep.
And he's going to eat it? Hopefully he put it in a sandwich bag.
He said he wanted to sneak it into the cell as a snack as he didn't think the food was up to much.
Up to par?
Yeah, up to par in the jail.
Ugh. Awesome. You give me a hard time about picking up these gory, gross stories. This is the grossest thing we've ever put on Dumbass.
You've never eaten
some guy who shoved a Hot Pocket up his rear so he could sneak it in and then pull it out of his rear. And God!
That's the hottest of pockets. Congratulations to that man for making
Gotta keep it warm!
The most unusual incidents list of 2020 and making the list for Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Don't be a dummy when it comes to your landscape supplies. Go to Peterson U-Cart on Augusta Road, just north of Quickie Car Wash in Atascadero.
We love U-Cart. You stay.
I want radio to be its old self. You know, I want radio to be that thing that everybody has.
Never going to be there.
Everybody has one in their house.
Yeah, nobody's going to do that.
Nobody's asking a speaker to play the radio station for them. You got to tune it in. I'd even go back to the dials.
The dials suck.
The dials were great.
Digital's way to go.
I know digital was nice. Digital,
Lock it in.
Digital radio.
Lock it in and rip off the knob.
My father-in-law asked for an AM/FM clock radio for Christmas, and we had the toughest time finding an AM/FM clock radio for Christmas.
Your father-in-law?
Yeah.
How old is he? Is he 60-something?
Yeah, he's probably... Yeah, I think he's around 60.
What's he want an AM/FM radio for?
Wanted one clock radio. Wanted one next to his bed so he can have it as an alarm. Didn't want to use his phone.
Oh, I'm still doing that. But it's old. I have an old one. As a matter of fact, my parents had two, and they gave me both of them.
Go trying to get a new one. They're hard to find.
One of them's in the bathroom, and one of them's there. But you can't just go to like Radio Shack and get one?
How many Radio Shacks are still around?
Well, there's one over there in the Los Osos Valley Shopping Center.
I don't think it's there anymore.
Oh yeah, it is.
That
Coast
Radio
Electronics Radio Shack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're talking about Laguna Village. Yes,
Laguna
yeah,
Village,
okay.
not Los Osos.
Yeah, because there was a Radio Shack closer.
But I mean, can't you get one at Walmart or something, or just any? Can't you go to Rite Aid and get one?
I think we ordered ours online.
You got to find out where senior citizens shop, and then that's where you get it. Probably Amazon.
Aldi's should carry AM/FM clock radios.
They carry everything over there. So ridiculous. Did he like the radio?
I would not be surprised if there's an AM/FM clock radio somewhere on a shelf on an Aldi's somewhere in this country right now.
Did he like the radio?
Yeah, he was
radio?
thrilled. He was super excited about it.
Was it digital?
Yes, it was digital. It was digital. It was not the
You should
dial.
have went to a Craigslist swap meet or eBay. Of course, on eBay it's probably some kind of collectible, and they would have charged you way too much.
See, that's the thing is I want one of the ones that I had when I was a kid. I want one of the old ones with the dial.
With the red clock.
The numbers flip over.
Oh, that really old school. I never had
That's
one of those.
retro, my friend. Put that next to the turntable. Then I'm the coolest kid on the block. Take your podcast, shove them up your ass.
That's the weirdest thing.
I've got a clock that flips over next to my turntable.
My buddy that has the turntable that's Bluetooth to speakers, that is the weirdest thing to me. Here we are, 70s, 60s technology to Bluetooth. There's no, where's the speaker cords? Oh, it's Bluetooth. What? That is one instance of taking some very old technology and mixing it with some new technology.
Can't we go buy a bunch of clock radios and then give them out as prizes? Like, just to be like, I know with COVID and everything, like sending a clock radio would be crappy, but
it probably costs more to get a clock radio today than it did back in the day. You know what I mean? Because they're so.
But like people
rare.
come to pick up their prize when we're allowed to have people come pick up their prizes.
We give them a clock radio?
Right now, y'all are living on easy street. Okay, you're used to the government handouts and all that stuff, and we're mailing the prizes to you. There's going to become a day
you have to get off your ass and
get up here, and we're going to give you a radio and force you to listen to the radio station and quit downloading the podcast.
Do you remember when we started working here? We couldn't believe that they made people come get the prizes. I'm like, let's mail it. So we started getting people's address. We got yelled at. Are you kidding me? Do you know how much money that would cost? We got to get so-and-so and Peg and Sue and all those people involved in this. And oh my God, we're not paying all these people to
now,
just tell them to come get their prize.
Let me tell you, being the one that is sourced with sending out a lot of the prizes, you're sending out some of the prizes too, aren't you?
Oh, every once in a while, I just fill it out. Give it to the.
It is a pain in the ass.
I give it to Shirley over there, and she sends it out.
I'm being dead honest with you on this. It is a pain in the ass.
What, to write in somebody's address on an envelope?
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Because then
I don't mind doing it.
You have to do it either every day or you wait until you have to fill out like.
What do you do with it when you're
15
done?
of them.
Well, don't do that. Just do it as you do it. It takes a second. Then you can. I write something in the card.
Priorities.
And then I give it to Shirley. Now, if I had to do what Shirley has to do, she has to put a stamp on it and take it to the mailbox down.
See,
that's too much.
I have the stamp code. I have the stamp access. So,
what does that mean?
Well, I have access to the stamps. You want something mailed off?
No, I don't. I haven't mailed anything through the post office. Oh my God, I can't even tell you.
I have the access to the stamps, and so they make me go through the whole entire process. The whole entire.
So you have to mail it yourself.
I even had to design my own return labels because I wasn't going to write on there. the return address. I wanted it to look good, official, look good like a business, not like my 6-year-old was sending out a letter to Santa Claus.
Well, I'm just sending. I'm not doing clients or anything. I'm just sending it to winners. They could read.
I'm
my
not doing it
chicken
to
scratch.
clients either. I'm doing it to winners. I want winners to think that this is professional, so they'll go out, buy a clock radio, and wake up with us every morning. Is that too much to ask?
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Had a friend of mine that got engaged. He's not really a friend. He's a friend of a friend, but got engaged at Christmas Day. On Christmas Eve, he asked his girlfriend to marry him. She said yes, they're going to get married sometime next year, which is fine. But that's all he got her for Christmas was the engagement ring. He didn't get her a gift. Is that a little cheap? To plan your engagement at Christmas so you don't have to buy him a gift?
It's brilliant. Are you kidding me?
You're like, damn it, I should have thought of that.
What $2,500 isn't enough?
What time of year did you propose to your wife?
I did on her birthday.
When is her birthday? Same thing. You're such a... Did you get her a birthday present?
Well, yeah, we did a trip to San Diego.
Oh, but that was her birthday present, and it was your engagement.
Yes.
And I remember you did a whole thing and all that.
The whole thing? What was the whole thing?
I asked my wife on my birthday to marry me. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, she never saw that coming, I would think. I mean, it's on your birthday.
It was funny. Well, this is what happens when you date somebody.
Trying to make your birthday important for
once.
When
you date somebody for 13 years without asking them to marry you, they just don't think you're ever going to get married. We were going on a family cruise. The whole family was going. I mean, we're talking 40-something people. And I wanted to do it then, and it had been planned for a couple of years. Everybody, we had just moved to town, and everybody told her, they said, hey, he's going to propose. And she's like, no, he's not. We've been together for 13 years. He hasn't asked now. No, he's not. We're just going on this trip. Well, I ended up proposing. So that wasn't very smart on my part because then I had to get her a Christmas gift as well. So you didn't have to buy your wife a birthday present because you got her a ring, even though you took her to San Diego on her birthday.
Yeah, I mean, and I paid for everything.
But it's kind of cheap, doesn't it?
We did a lot of stuff that weekend.
I mean, down the road, she's excited now, but down the road, she'd be like, you know what? That Christmas, you didn't get me anything. All you did was propose to me. I think it comes off a little cheap.
It does. It does come across a little cheap, but also no.
Is it really?
I don't think it's that cheap.
I
don't think it's that cheap.
Is it really the time to propose?
Would you really? No, it's not. But would you really spend that much? I see what you're saying. Then I don't know. It is a very loving time of the year. Okay.
Yeah, for your mom and your
Christmas
grandma and your aunts and your cousins, not for the girl you're going to have sex with that night.
Christmas is so much about romance. It's ridiculous. Why do you think Hallmark Channel does an entire movie series? They've built their fortune off of Christmas movies.
Are you telling me you get more action around Christmas than you do throughout the rest of the year?
I really think so.
No, not me.
Yes, you do. I think in general, especially newer, fresher, younger couples, when they're starting out, Christmas is very important for
newer,
them.
fresher, younger couples get it all the time. I mean, every day. I mean, because you're new.
Right.
It's fresh.
But it has some importance to it. It has some.
So you think it's a good time of the year to get engaged? Christmas.
I do think it's a good time of year to get engaged because then you'll remember every Christmas. You'll remember, oh yeah, we got engaged this time of year. I can't stand the getting married on the holiday, whether it be New Year's, which is a very popular.
My parents got New Year's Eve,
Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July.
Yeah, don't do that.
I won't go as far as President's
Labor Day doesn't seem to be that big a deal. Memorial Day or Labor Day weekend weddings. Yeah, Memorial Day's the kickoff to summer. It's the first big 3-dayer in a long time.
Incredibly selfish.
It is. I would say Labor Day's not as well. No, it's the end of summer. I want to
year,
do my last hoorah. You're right.
Last year, not this last New Year's, but the New Year's before, I was I was given a guy an Uber ride. He's actually a very funny comedian.
Is that the guy that we watched the video of?
Brett Riley, yeah. He's very funny. And he was going to a wedding on New Year's. And I asked him, I said, what do you think about the New Year's wedding? And he's a funny guy, so he said something funny. But he was like, yeah, honestly, I can't, I don't understand why. Well, I shouldn't say this because I'm sure the people live around here.
Oh, they're not going to know. Even though you just said his name, but who cares? He was probably just trying to be funny. He was probably. You have to say it. He was being funny. They would think it's funny.
I'm not going to say what he said.
He was just trying to run some stand-up material by you.
He said he loves New Year's weddings and thinks everybody should get married on New Year's. That's what he said.
What did he say? Come on.
That's what I'll tell you off.
Really? You did,
Yeah, because I mean, people might catch
what do
wind.
they care? He's probably not even that close to him.
Close enough to show up at their wedding on New Year's. I remember I had a friend tell me once. He's like, I'm getting married on New Year's. I want you to come to my wedding. And the Washington State University Cougars were possibly in bowl contention that year. And I said, I don't know. Because he wanted me to commit like week 2 of the season.
Don't go to weddings. Weddings are dumb anyways.
And I was going to school.
I don't want to go to your
I was
wedding.
in college at the time. And I was like, I don't think I could do it. I think we're going to go to a bowl this year. And he got so mad at me because he's like, you could go to a bowl anytime. I was like, yeah, but I'm only in college for 4 years, man.
No, I'm going to a bowl this year.
It so happened that the Washington State University Cougars missed the bowl game that year.
Because they couged it.
Because they couged it big time.
Yeah.
And they didn't even go to a lesser tier bowl.
You still talk to this person?
Every once in a while.
Did you go to the wedding?
Yes, I did, but they're now divorced, so.
See?
It went as well as the Cougars football season that year.
It's good that you didn't miss a bowl game.
And no, I ended up going because they didn't have a bowl game. I ended up going to the wedding, and then he was like pissy with me all night. Not that I was like the main attraction, but he was like, "Oh, I decided to show up, huh?" I was like, "Well, yeah, they didn't go to a bowl game."
I just don't get it. I mean, I remember when I was getting married, I told all my buddies, I'm like, we're going to do a bachelor party. Go to that. Don't go to my wedding because my wedding's just going to be family. And I understand.
I remember
most people don't want to go to weddings, and I don't expect you to go to weddings. That's for my wife and her friends and her family or whatever, and my mom and her mom, whatever. And so just go to the bachelor party. And the bachelor party ended up being pretty fun. I got to tell you, I think we lucked out on that, or you did, but it worked out pretty good.
I think we did luck out because the time of the year it can be like horrible in Lake Tahoe. And it was actually beautiful, and it was like.
When did we go? It was in September.
Indian summer, yeah. But it could be cold up there in
mid-September, wasn't it?
It could be. It could be.
It was really nice.
You can run into some weather up there.
I was in a lot of pain because I drank too much. But anyway, all right. What is the worst time of the year to go to a wedding? 805-543-3693 if you want to weigh in.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.